Take me to them Suave House days, though, Block. I mean, with a young Rick Ross running around there with T. Draper. First of all, how did you find yourself in H-Town getting down with the Suave House?
Greg Street. Man, Greg Street. Once again, honestly, man, I was in the parking lot with Jazzy T's. I was serving the nigga. And the nigga wasn't there yet, so I said, man, let me go look at some pussy right quick. So I walked in them Jazzy T's, and as I was walking to Jazzy T's, I saw Greg Street doing a live remote with Ball and G.
Oh,
so
man.
Street called me up and said, hey, man, we was over here laughing because you and T. Draper kind of favored.
Yeah.
You know, I was okay. So then I asked Street, I said, hey, man, how real is it to really get into the music business? And, you know, he was like, I get my number.
Yeah.
He gave me his number, and I called him a couple of times. We found a link, man, and so he saw what I was doing. I had Big Gee at the time out of Mechanicsville.
What up, though,
Big Gee, the
yeah.
edge hanger.
Yeah.
I had Big Gee, so Street came in with me, started investing with me with Big Gee.
Yeah.
And we just took it from there, and, Draper moved to Atlanta for a minute, and that's how I got over there at Suave House. So I ran Suave House for like 3-4 years.
I mean, with the likes of Ball and G.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? What was it like working with them Tila early on, man, and Rick Ross?
Well, you know how me and Jazz got together because we did Show Enough together.
Talk to me.
You know, hoes in the club, Show
Enough.
Enough. So that's how we named our company Show Enough. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, blood.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I brought Jazz, and somehow Jazz got on the boat.
Yeah.
And got introduced to Noonie. Noonie started managing with the corporate people.
Yeah.
I was too gangster. You know what I'm saying? And I would manage them through the streets. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you need a record back then, that's how I got Jeezy, because me, Shit Mel, wanted a record for Jeezy. Jeezy came down. I was doing Boys in Hood with Trick Daddy. Yeah. And that's how I got Jeezy in the group.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Okay, Block. I need to ask you this, though, man. From Block Entertainment.
Yeah.
What was your favorite record that you put out that you felt like just really touched your heart that you kept on repeat?
Damn, that's a good one.
And if you need to do 2 or 3, that's fine too.
Well, like Big Gee was one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, like, this guy, I don't still think, I mean, respectfully, it's hard to beat that guy.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in ATL Zone 3, one of my favorite records for Big Gee. Them Boys was special because, I kind of, I was telling Jody, I was saying, when you do a hook, make the people feel like it's them talking. That's how Them Boys came about when it was Zach. And it's another record with Big Gee. Man, I got so many.
Yeah.
Called, with him and Scarface, called Happy Jams. Boys Hood first record.
Okay, then. Yeah. Okay, talk to me about just the movement and the synergy between you and all of the fellas at Block ENT when you put that together, man. I mean, how did you feel when you got your show on the road after being playing the background and all of that stuff? You said, it's my time in this thing.
Well, you mean as in the block by block now, or just generally speaking?
Back then, and then we gonna bring it to now.
Okay, honestly, bro, like I said, I only want to get in the music business to do one album.
What?
That was Boys in the Hood. That's all I really wanted to do. But I'm a hustler. I just took advantage of the opportunity. I like, this shit too
money
sweet.
good.
This shit too sweet.
Come on.
I was like, man, damn, y'all don't got to worry about nobody kicking the door. Your right hand man shoot you in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Niggas taking right, like, shit. It's just too sweet. So, you know what I'm saying? So I just took advantage of it. And I was like, man, but the long run, like, just being around 2Pac and being around the Outlaws and being around the earlier part of when I was like just on the sideline with Pac and his family. Yeah. One love the set. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're 2Pac's sisters. That's my daughter's godmom. Yeah. But just by them letting me come around the family and just peep what Pac was going through, what they was going through, the whole Shakur family was going through, and it kind of helped me craft what I was doing. Because at first, you got to think, I was on the sideline, and I wasn't like, how they say it take a 10-year what they say it's
10 years to be an overnight success. Yeah, 10 years.
Like, I was blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really blessed to be in position to be able to still carve out Block Entertainment from the sidelines. I used to damn. When in my time. But I was in position though. I was around the Suave houses.
Come on.
I was around the 2Pac's. I was around the Noon Times.
Yeah.
I was around success in the making, and I, made a whole bunch of success through others.
Exactly.
And I'm a street nigga, man, and I know people say it all the time, but dog, I ain't have my own literally, I ain't have my own bed till I went to prison.
My God.
That's how I was. It's kind of like just coming up through what I was going through.
Yeah.
Nigga, I didn't have shit.
Yeah.
So I say that to say to everybody out there, man, don't, just because you ain't got nothing now, just put God first, Allah first, and just keep on grinding, man. Just keep on grinding, because boy, I came from shit. I came from nothing.
Come on.
So going back to what you asked me, like, you know, the synergy and how Block and Table was built and all that, I think I'm favored. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm favored.
Okay then.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give all praise to Allah. So I'm favored in a way where now I really appreciate, you know what I'm saying, where I'm at in life.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to that part, man, I really appreciate everybody that helped me build Block ENT, because a lot of people came.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you know, seasoned for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but now, shit, we here. We back. We ain't going nowhere.
Exactly. When you speak of a young 2Pac, though, back in those times, being around that legendary movement, man, what was it like seeing that stuff? Did you know that you was around something that was about to be legendary, and we'd be talking about that 30 years later as well?
Well, I mean, just about how they work. And you know, Pac Mama the one got me my first deal with Jody.
See there?
See, what happened, you know, once Pop passed, I called her, checking up on her, because I was still around the family.
Yeah.
And one day I called her, check up on her. She was like, hey, baby, you still in the music business? I said, yeah. You know, I'm still out here, you know, swinging. Still swinging.
Exactly.
She was like, hold on, let me call a friend right quick.
Yeah.
And the friend was Ton Wiley.
What?
Ton Wiley was the president of Warner Brothers, which now Ton Wiley is over 2Pac's estate.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so, you know, she called Tom. Tom flew us out, you know, flew me, Noonan, Jazz out.
Yeah.
Jody, he didn't meet Jody 8 months later.
Yeah.
You know, gave us $1 million deal just through relationship with Pop Mama.
My God.
And you know what I'm saying? Alhamdulillah. So after that, man, it was, I learned then it's about relationships.
Yeah.
And that's what I focus on. That's why I'm around 25 years later.
I feel that. Answer me this though, Block. Coming from nothing to seeing them M's, man. Yeah. What did that do to your mind, sir?
Once again, I was humble because I'm Muslim. So, you know, I've been Muslim. I'm 14.
Okay.
You know, did 4.5 years penitentiary, ups and downs.
Yeah.
I was more appreciative than anything.
Okay.
You know, you most definitely got to have a higher power around you when you get success.
Yeah.
Or you'll lose it all.
Yeah.
And I see people lose it all.
Ooh.
I'm still blessed. I'm still on Lake Lanier, baby.
Yeah.
Thank God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nah, it was a blessing to me, man. And I'm very humble and thankful about it.
What do you think it is that causes folks to lose it all, though, man?
Sometimes you ain't used to it.
Yeah.
And sometimes the favor just may not be in you. And sometimes he give you just that inch to see. Sometimes I think we all get that rope.
Yeah.
Be just long enough to hang yourself.
Yeah.
Or long enough to swing your ass about the bullshit you get yourself into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to know how to do it, man. You got to be, once again, man, you got to really count and appreciate every blessing you get, man. And understand that. And a lot of people think this shit forever.
Exactly.
It's nothing forever.